Today's class, thrusting. So every time we do a thrusting class, no matter what the drill or the point of the thrusting class is, we always start with basic thrusting mechanics and targeting. This is because, well, Jeff, how many times have you thrown a thrust and you were in, you had no opposition, but you just didn't hit the target?
At least a third of the time, probably more.
But getting less and less, raising less, still too high. Might look right here. How often do you throw a thrust and it says, nope, nope,
There you go.
yep.
You can get it right.
What's that?
You can get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get rest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of it.
So if you try to do rest, this doesn't work.
Thrusting is one of those mechanics that highlights a lot of flaws in what we do in our biomechanics. Because frankly, there's not only targeting, having the thrust land where you want it to land. You know, face, the shoulder, stomach, whatever. There's making sure that you are close enough that you can actually land. Hello, Rob! Hey! You were just in time to miss all of the warm-ups. Shit. I like the hair. So, you want to be close enough that you can actually land the thrust. Ring the doorbell. You don't want to be so close that by the time you actually land the thrust, your sword is doing the green rainbow, which it's supposed to do. It's flexible for a reason, mostly so you don't accidentally hurt people. That's a lie. That's a side benefit too. It's flexible so it doesn't fucking break. We're just going to pass over the entire tangent of crystal structures in steel. If you want to know more about why steel is still the metal of the future and not aluminum or titanium, we can talk about that later. But the flexate is a benefit, not a flaw. So, you want to be close enough you can ring the doorbell, but not reading the rainbow with your sword. But also, you don't want to end up here. Oh. Right. So range is one of those calibrations. Targeting is another calibration. And footwork is the third calibration. That we're going to specifically work on today. But before we start setting targets, which you all get to do, I'm going to get to do it today. We're going to talk about the mechanic of thrusting with a two-handed sword. Now, I'm totally stealing this from the tiny Reaper sources. I think it's a Greek one, it might have a pharaoh, who has their thrust actually spelled out as target. Point your sword where you want to go. Extend. Lean. Extend. Capoeira. Thank you, sir. It was one of the two. I had a 50-50 shot. They both go into the basics really strong. With the two-handed sword, it's the same thing. So we're going to start with a nice point forward guard. We're going to start with our right foot forward, left foot back, our sword down and back at our left hip. 50 V's a guard. Point your toe at me, take your left hand, and pull it back. Okay. And now put your right hand down. Cool. It's good enough.
Switch hand.
Left hand. You're right. I can live in this side. For this targeting, bring the sword up in front of you. Point at what you want to hit. You got something right across from you? Point at the face right now. Extend your arms. Lean, and then when you can't lean anymore, take a step. It's going to feel real silly for about ever. Until it just becomes second nature. If your brain is going, technical term. Yeah. You can think of it like there's a magnet in the tip of your sword and a magnet in your target. So you're not pushing the sword, your sword is being drawn to where you want to go. You don't have a choice but to follow the thrust. Does this make sense? Is it silly as all hell? Is it something you'll remember?
Yeah, because even if you miss target, you could just say, oh, the magnet's at the same poles.
Yep.
There you go. Not my fault at all.
Exactly. That is where it works. All right. So we're going to actually run up this side, that side. And we're just going to practice a couple thrusts in there. So, extend, step. Extend, step. Extend. And I'm going to add one complication that I'd like you to think about as you're doing this. There is a magnet pulling the tip of your sword towards your target. Your feet are not affected by that magnet. I don't want you to step directly at the person. So, and I don't want to do this box step thing. Why? Same reason I don't want to box step when I make a cut. This just leads to doubles. We both hit each other. I'm not standing behind my sword. It hurts. So when you make a thrust, I want you to intentionally step one direction or the other. It does not really matter which direction you step, but I don't want you to step on the invisible line directly between you and your partner. All right, continue. Partner up, and you step, and you did this. Do we always have to do a passing step? No. One of the reasons we always keep our feet nice and even beneath us is, if I land up here, I just need 6 more inches. I can add that 6 more inches and recover. That's one of the reasons we do the step backs in our warm-ups, because recovery. All right. You're going to do it a couple more times. And switch up between forward foot stepping and back stepping. How's this feeling?
Lovely.
Lovely. Lovely. All right, take a short break. Any questions? What?
You said
This? Oh, we're going to talk about this.
Question.
Yes.
When I do that, I want to rotate my wrists. Is there any guidance on that?
So we're going to be talking about that in more detail in a moment. I'm setting this up so that way, this is actually not the next thing we're going to be doing. It's the thing after the next thing we're doing. But I want to set this up and I want to introduce this because this is Lance. It's a bike stand, literally. Bike across the car goes here, it lifts it up, you work on the bike, like bicycles, changing and cleaning and repairing the riding bike. So it's named Lance, after Lance Armstrong. Also, people don't call it Lance very much nowadays, but in the past they used to call it Lance a lot. I told that. And I was super proud of Eric when he came up with that pun. Oh, it's fantastic. Lance is a partner, a dummy. And I'm going to be using Lance for working in opposition. One of the things that we can do with thrust, and I'm going to talk about in more detail, this is the preview, is you can get their thrust out of the way. Because if you walk towards somebody and they got their points on you, and in order for me to hit them, I'm going to get stabbed. Don't get stabbed. So no joke, when you work with this, you have to wear a mask. Because people have walked on the silk before. Like, that's not a joke. It's an actual thing that happens because we all get tunnel vision. We get to play with swords. The adrenaline dopes. I'm gonna stab you. Slight exaggeration. Not much of one, but a slight exaggeration. But what Lance is doing is when you're thrusting, staying behind your sword, getting your sword in such a way that I'm not going to get stabbed, or I'm not going to get stabbed. Not doing the I'm stab you. So to your question about edge alignment, in general, you don't need a lot of edge alignment. You need your edge on in order to interact. Now, if I turn this 90 degrees, so it's nice and flat. Because some people will face it like this. And a little more edge on in order to strongly react. Now, Lance a little limp wristed, so you know, it's going to go back and forth. But you have to actually still move it all on. So you can't do these little limp wristed, but coming flat against it, if I tighten this down just a little bit. Am I getting it offline? Yeah, edge on makes it a little bit easier. And with edge, well, either edge. It really depends on where you're at. And you're going to feel this. That's a different drill than wrong. But, that's good. I need 3 of you down there, 3 of you up here. All right. I was wondering.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
You look honest.
no, they're too big now, so I don't have to do it.
That's a.
We're all tired and say,
I didn't just look at that. You're like, you're bigger than you.
yeah. Oh, even when I first got there, they were too big.
Big.
should stay down here. And this stuff is sequence.
You're up now. So keep your right hand on it. Keep your right hand up at the cross. Yep. Target. Extend. Step.
Yes.
Good job.
All right. Reset. Target. Extend. Good.
Better cover your knee.
All right. Extend before you step. Good. Good. Stay down here. It's all right. These are intended. Even if you punch it, even if you punch it, it ain't getting into my hand.
We're working on this. It's all right.
Then that's why I want to work this thing.
He's been stabbed before.
Oh yeah.
Just gradually stacking count.
All right. Right now you're punching at the very end. I want you to extend and step into it. There you go. Oh. Good. All right. How does that feel? Besides, you know, for.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Real dead, yeah.
What?
You get to leave.
Oh. I think I cheated you.
Time. Sean! Hold on.
There you go. It's okay.
Step more offline. That's going to give you more space to make these thrusts. You're up.
Nice, good. Very good.
Look. you step. Nice and stand like this. Go ahead and step out. Before you step. Give yourself a little bit of space. That way you're not going, hey, around the world. There you go. Thank you, sir.
You want to?
All right, bring it in. Meta conversation. So, first off, you'll let thrusting, you got a chance to practice the thrusting, and have a mechanic that you're going to be training for basically ever. I mean, let's see, Rob, the last time we fenced, how many times did the thrust land?
I remember like 3 maybe?
Yeah, 3 out of 10.
Out of probably a dozen, 2 dozen exchanges.
How many of those thrusts set up something that actually landed later?
Few.
Yeah.
More cuts in the thrusts.
Yeah.
But definitely a thrust in the cut ratio does also work. Yeah.
Yep.
Less than that, but
And there's a,
there was that one really good one.
yeah.
Where we both thrust and you time inside. Nicely.
Yeah, that was a nice one. But the number of times where it's like, and that's not
yeah.
going to do it. So there's a mechanic that we're practicing and targeting that, go. Been a conversation I want to have with you for the moment. When it wasn't your turn, how much were you paying attention to the person who's thrusting? The person who's actually done it? A lot. Yeah. I mean,
You're not at all. I close my eyes and stare.
yeah. So there is, in sports in general, especially in high-level sports and in the Olympics especially, there is visualization. And it's taking advantage of the fact that your brain don't know that you ain't doing the thing you're watching. Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. Sports fans, Philly especially, are going to watch the Super Bowl and they are going to be rooting for the Eagles or rooting against Andrew, depending on the Phillies fan. And they're going to watch an athletic endeavor. And their brain, their endocrine system, will not know that they're not on the field of battle and they're going to drop adrenaline and yeah! Because your brain does not know that you're not there doing anything. When you're not participating in a drill, watching the drill is training. Because your brain is watching what's going on and going, oh, that's the thing. Oh, that's the thing I can do. That's the thing I'm doing. That's the thing that's the thing I just did. And that's why, you want to watch people doing the thing and go, oh, he's stepping on line and turning his blade slightly out and standing behind the blade when he's doing his thrust. Maybe I should be doing that kind of thing. And your brain starts to internalize it, and then you get some external confirmation of, hey, don't get to step off line. Hey, if you're doing stepping off line, you are all of a sudden turning your hips and getting more range and less range, and modulating your range, and blah, 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 blah. All that to say, observation is as much a part of training as doing the thing. Any questions about that tangent?
Is there a picture here?
Yes. Go out that way, go through the door, basically straight ahead to one mountains, turn right.
You go
It's
to
basically the other side of
yeah,
the
you go right outside that
You
wall.
gotta go around.
You're right there.
All right, quick, get some water, and then we're going to start the next one.
Water around people.
It's over. It's over.
Rob, same. Is where same sort of stories. You use traditions, we use the time, and into the past. So he's never. We get that, and I'm quite old, but it does not.
Okay, you just say you're done, the one day it's like, you know.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that does. There is a long philosophical conversation I've never had online about utility of cards. Because frankly, it's way more nuanced than I really want to talk online. I'm not going to have to in hand to talk about this.
All right, we are going to be doing mask gloves.
How goes? Yeah, that is really. Yeah, here we go. Yep.
All right, well, Cody's finishing up and on his way back. Three tangents, safety. In general, we have, I don't want to say it's a lax safety policy here. It's a lot more self-regulation and responsibility. So when you're like doing sword sparring or wielding a sword against another person that might land, I want you to wear mask and gloves because stuff just happens. You can work with somebody for a whole while, and all of a sudden that lizard ring is going, and you're going to jerk or move faster or do something that's unexpected. Okay, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to do anything. It's not going to hit the other person. Of that 1 out of 10 times, 9 times out of those 10 that actually hit somebody, it's not going to do anything. Like it's going to be a light tap. But that 1 time out of 10, out of 1 time out of 10, that you have that knee-jerk reaction and you're slow starting, and then all of a sudden you go, and that point meant you're. And it's just, it ain't good. Like, dude, up a nostril, you do not want to pick your nose with a feather. You don't just want to pick a friend's nose with a feather. Anytime it's possible that a feather is going to land on another person, mask and gloves. If you are thrusting, even if it's not supposed to land at all, mask and gloves, and a cup. Every thrusting class, I wear a cup. Every single thrusting class, I wear a cup. Why? Most of the time I don't need it. Most of the time.
Yeah.
That time it does happen?
That one time.
Oh, yeah. So, in general, the level of gear I want you to be wearing is up to your comfort level. With a minimum safety standard of wear masks and gloves if it's possible that a sword is going to land and hit you. All right, so if I actually, well, sorry, I'm not going to. This next drill. No, you're right there. You got a mask and glove on. Charge. I would like you to extend your sword in front of you. Cool. All right. Now, this is a good spot to be in because I have to deal with this. If I want to thrust at you, I have to deal with it. For this drill, one of you is going to have your sword extended. In this case, you are not. The other is going to start in whichever guard you want, either low, right, left, high, left, right, or extended down the center. I don't really care. But your job is to meet the sword, push it offline, and extend for a thrust. Your job, Noah, is just going to be hold that sword in the center line. If I get the sword offline. Cool. And that's about as much power and pressure as I want in this thrust. I want you to touch. You're not going, hurrah! Or you're also not going, it's good enough. No. Light touch. Just a sec. And you're all under focus.
It counts for him.
Yeah. You might be the most mature person here, relative to your age.
Don't worry, we'll fix it.
But yeah, that's what all I want you to do. I want you to come up and move that sword offline. And I really want you to, especially, yeah, you're working on your own target, but if Noah extends his sword, I want to make sure it's not going to hit me in the face. That's why we both wear masks. So, it's going to be a pair, one person with lance, and one person watching. Now, yes, I can put on the mask of love and join in, and it would be pair, lance. But getting back to that, observation is part of training. I want you to be observing. So, you want to use that mask right there. And then just a pair of gloves. And again, pair, one against lance, one person starting either on this end or that end, I don't really care which. I want the roof side to have their sword extended first. Go to the side to attack 5 times. And then switch. If you're working with lance, I want you to do it at least 10 times.
Go ahead, Tom. 7.
Just a tap.
Don't press against him, just keep it static. Step in a little bit, one step, and a step, and a touch. Good.
All right, so you're stabbing an imaginary target past lance, but lance is right behind us.
Sure. Counting card. Yeah. We all have to. Do your concentrate. You're good. Good.
Good.
Well, you're the one. I'm just in it the whole time. Okay, what you doing? You kind of here. Yeah, they can
knock it outside.
What's that?
Make sure you knock it off.
Fine.
Make contact.
Your tip should hit when you're passing play.
There you go.
That's better. There you go. All right. All right. You get a couple of you.
Do that side again, one more time.
And good. All right.
Don't be afraid of the sword. So,
I was watching how close I was getting here.
no, I trust you. I've had enough swords swung in my head and stabbed in my face. I get it. So,
Now, see what else can you
turn that way.
There you go. And let the sword be.
Now, whack. That will keep you from doing any sort of chicanery to bring that tip online.
Good. There you go. There we go. That's it. One more.
Cool. All right.
Good. Now we're good.
Everybody stab and defend.
Yes.
Good then. All right, rotate one position. Okay. Roll that. All right, same rules. That side is going to extend, have their sword extend first. This side gets to stab into it first. And let's do it 10 times. All right. So.
Maybe contact before.
Yeah.
You're doing too much, yeah.
I know. Let's just start basic.
Make it simple.
Let's just do basic.
Just doing too much. There you go.
If you've done it 5 times, make sure you switch. So whoever has the sword extended is now thrust in, and whoever is thrust in has the sword extended. Come on.
Oh, that was the end. Oh, it gets you 10.
You guys did 10.
Alright, go.
Step back. You're making two moves. Step back. There you go. There you go. Now you can do that. Reach for it. There you go. See? There you go. Reach for it. You can do it.
I'm just naturally a short sword person.
That's all right. That's okay.
That's really long. That's all.
That's really long. Yeah. That is one. Oh, yeah.
Interact with sword, get it offline.
There you go. See? Wow. You can do it.
I guess so.
Try to let you can your head over your feet.
Okay.
Get the sword, interact with sword, and then take another step.
There you go. Beautiful. Give me that long. Give me that long one. Just gotta trust that you can put your head over your feet. Of course, if you miss, he's gonna kill you with fuck shit.
Alright.
That's
Did you all get a chance to both stab and defend? Cool, rotate one position.
Yeah, see now I can do it too, though, instead of each other.
Yeah.
Is that 5? Yeah. Alright, so.
Yeah. One more. Good. That's a long way to go. Let's get down and do it sometimes. We gotta make up for that. That's good too.
Good. Alright, everybody get 5 and 5? Cool, rotate one position.
Hey, look at this. We meet again.
Let's see if we have
There
it.
we go. Nice.
I know it's difficult, just try to keep open.
Good.
Gets better. I mean, everyone finishes this naturally. Alright, hold it.
Keep your eyes open. Don't close your eyes when you get hit. Good time to practice that. Good. That's it. One more. Great.
Yeah, so on that side, it goes like that.
Alright.
But we can do that.
if you haven't worked with lengths,
Try to do that.
work in and get a couple thrusts in opposition. I'm not going to stand here and hold it, but I want everybody who has worked with lengths, get a quick drink of water. And if you haven't worked with lengths, just a few rounds.
Yeah.
5.
So they can ask things about you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, usually I don't take a couple, but it's so much easier.
I know.
I feel like if I take, a 6-foot, foam wrap 4x2, 4x4. So, when you're not low, what's crazy, the forward after lunge is 6 inches. His maximum lunge is, yeah, going to go from the
Lance?
He doesn't lunge any farther.
You wanna go with that?
Yeah,
That's the length of
it is.
But normally,
Let Jensen flip one.
yeah.
All you know is that I'm starting to come out right now, tomorrow, cat. Tomorrow, over.
Going on this side.
It's
Yeah,
gone there.
Yeah.
It's kids who read here, it's not, like, you all read their basics,
Yeah. It must have been a key misconception on my part, but I thought we always said to avoid like the complicated style lunge. I guess like a long sword avoid
Well, I mean, once again, you should train for any situation. If that one tangle works,
So,
Works.
you thrust in,
like,
push the
I'll
sword
do
out.
it.
So,
But
There you go.
some really long lunges aren't.
because there's this,
They are.
yeah, it'll keep it from,
Yeah.
it'll keep the person from going up
Okay.
over the top.
I was just.
And push it out. Go ahead and push it out.
One was-
Now, keep your sword there, so when your hands down, down,
I want you to get away with that.
and into the sword, because all of a sudden, you can
A sword guard to hide behind.
do this thing
I learned it on
to thrust in.
You can have it here. Yes, you can enumerate it now.
One more, push it off. There you go. Cool. Good. All right. Pressing in opposition. Yay. Basically, right where I expect is being last.
Whoa, that's not right.
I know.
That's because you avoided the steel crystal pan.
Yeah, I like avoided most of the tangents today.
That's right. Sword, really, you want to know about steel crystals? Sword stem.
Sword
Website.
stem, yes.
Look it up. If you like technical,
Sword stem.
if you like reading technical shit, like on metal and physics, sword stem is the place to be.
It's a pretty good blog.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, STEM means science, technology, engineering, and math. Sword STEM is that. Science, technology, engineering, and math for swords.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a cool blog to figure out. Yeah. You do that.
I recommend it. Sean Franklin, I think,
Yes.
that's the majority of it.
Mhm.
It's also sponsored by the Penal Alliance. That's another potential.
Yeah, I've seen him posting much lately.
Is that?
I haven't seen him posting much lately.
He's getting ready for AGO.
Ah.
He's got his way open,
Okay, that makes sense.
which is an event up in Michigan.
Make a long drive.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's about the same distance as going to, Ohio. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's only 6. Yeah, it's only
It's instead of going west, it's west a little north.
north, yeah.
Just long enough to get irritated with everybody you're driving.
Yeah.
No, everyone sleeps with the driver, seriously.
One short loss. So,
If you don't sleep, everybody sleeps with the driver. And the driver wakes up the passenger, and then the driver becomes the backseat guy, and then the backseat guy becomes the passenger, and that's how you do it.
yeah, breaks every 2 hours because whether you want to or not.
Let's do it in California. We did it whenever we ran out of gas, we stopped, and then you had as long as it took to fill up the truck with gas to get back in.
No, with my dad, it's whoever has the most convenient car for the purpose of driving the entire way, whoever's in the passenger seat buys as many Red Bulls as you can. And then the two in the back, just try not to die.
Yeah.
It sounds like an adventure.
So, for a lot of events, anything that's over 3 hours.
there is a road trip. And more than a day trip. Do not day trip to Pittsburgh. Do not day trip to Pittsburgh. Don't day trip to Pittsburgh.
It's farther than you think.
I have day trips to Pittsburgh at least 5 times for this stuff.
Well, it's like 4, 5, depending on how you go.
It's about,
Right,
it's
yeah.
3.5, 4, 4.5, depending on when you drive.
And where it is.
Hmm?
And where it is.
Pittsburgh is,
Yeah.
there's Pittsburgh, the actual city of Pittsburgh, and there's Pittsburgh. Everybody calls it down in Pittsburgh because you're not gonna know.
It's about an hour on the other side of Pittsburgh, yes. Not quite Ohio.
Yeah.
Or Tennessee, sorry, Tennessee.
No, or West Virginia.
Yeah, West Virginia, that's it, yeah. Geography.
But yeah, no, anything under the 4-hour mark is day trippable, or you can keep a hostel.
Yeah, or if you're gonna fight, you always get,
Yeah.
try to get there. Try to get there without having rested first. Because you're gonna fight, and you're gonna drink all night. And then you're gonna fight again.
Yep.
And then don't expect to drive.
Or you're gonna drink and then you're alive.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
but,
There is a limited amount of drink and then fight, and mostly it's, if you see the leather swords on the wall there, those are dussets.
yeah,
And there is a wonderful game called Beer Sack.
yeah.
It's a dusset. You have one in one hand, it's one in weapon, and you have a partner, and you're trying to hit the other person. If you get hit, you take a drink of your beer, which is in your other hand. If you hit your opponent's beer, you win. And they have to chug it or get a new one to chug
Yeah,
it.
usually
It's not that-
it's, you get another.
On the other hand, you committed to cars instead of alcohol.
You know, at 2:30 in the morning, you don't care anymore. And you don't care about the poor people trying to clean up the hotel after you're done, in that hallway. Because, you know, you don't care about them.
All right, so we just did a bunch of wrestling. Hey, 5 minutes, there we go.
Boom!
We are going to be moving Lance off to the side because he cannot help in this next one. Bye, Lance. For this next drill, I don't expect this to go wrong, but for this next drill, one person is going to be extended, the other person is going to come to the bind. As soon as the bind is established, you're both going for a thrust to the max. So if I get this in, I want to get that thrust. I also want to not be thrust in the face. So, I'll be extended. Oh, look, the bind has happened. I don't care. There we go. I don't care how the bind has occurred. You can both be extended and just go, okay, there we go. And go for it.
So, guys with swords have an advantage in this game, rather than guys with feathers. If I'm extended and he just pushes against me, he just pushes me out, doesn't even do anything, pushes me out of the way. Where I have to find him higher to get it. So, sword guys will have a slight advantage. That's all.
Slide.
It's like, you can compensate it during the
There, yeah. That also requires some action to do the mechanics of, hey, let's not get stabbed in the face. As I'm trying to stab you in the face, it's not get stabbed.
Yeah.
Questions?
Any other limitations? Restrictions?
No more than 2 steps. No fewer than 1 step, but no more than 2.
Yeah, cross up and make it be like, 5 inches with cross in your sword. For you here, I think
Yep.
that's usually 1 step.
Gotcha. So, like if we're able to cross here,
We can go there.
okay. And if you want, you can do a small step back from that, so that whoever's extended, you can actually interact with their sword with a single step. So, and then
you have that time to respond, react, and do something.
You're gonna miss a lot.
You're gonna miss a lot. This is not a high percentage scoring drill for either side. And it's one of those things, oh, we're doing a drill. I want to win the drill. No, we're practicing mechanics of going. Can I hit? Cool. How did I do it? I got hit. Damn, what happened? Neither of us hit. Okay, that's not a bad thing. It allows us to do the next thing. We both got hit. We suck. But why? What happened? All right, questions, comments, and what's a refuse? Cool. Pass gloves, grab a partner, give it a try. And Jeff, you're going to stay where you are. Everybody's going to rotate around Jeff. Okay. That side sort of expanded. Cool. I know you can figure it out. I like that it's off. But I glance off on it.
Right. That's good. Setting that space.
One more.
So remember that, you also want to forget mine.
All right, 2 more exchanges and then rotate. Cool. Jeff, so there we are. Everybody rotate to your right.
This side starts extended then.
Nope.
I'm excited.
You changed sides.
What's this you already?
We're not.
You didn't do the trick. I was just sloppy.
There you go. So, Jeff, what I would do in that position is I'd come here, hold up, and one, yeah, and then it's not position.
But is that kind of like a similar you want to do that when you're coming at that? Instead of docking it right away when you come in.
Yeah, don't do it as a beat.
Yeah.
Don't do it as a beat.
All right.
You lose your tip.
Hey, Steve, hold on. So, I actually was going to wait until the end of this round to talk about this wine. When the swords in contact, there is something you can do called winding. Winding is a German term, winding, which really just means turning. And what it means is, rather than do this thing, which can be pushed against, it's turning the blade over. So instead of working on this edge, I work on the other edge to give myself a structural advantage for this thrust. And one of the things that's coming up here, if you push against it, has this nice comfortable leg. Same thing happens on the other side. You want to basically throw your left hand under your right, and you step towards the sword, not the person, but the sword. You got this look of like, that's hump.
In winding, you're getting a structural advantage. You're also putting the strong of your sword against the weak of theirs by moving your arms. You notice how before when we started, we're pretty even. As he brings his sword up, his strong of his sword is now against the weak of mine, which means I'm screwed.
And
I had to move my feet to avoid this.
when I step into the sword, it saves me from one thing, disengaging on me.
No, let's do it.
Yep. But as soon as I step into it, can you disengage underneath?
I can, but
It
poorly.
It gets to be a bad idea. Winding is throwing your hand, your left hand, under your right or away from your right, and then stepping towards the sword.
Even Thomas never killed him, yeah.
So one of the, is it Kingdom Come or Mordhau or another
I
one?
didn't both, they're both fine.
Taking come deliverance is very much about the
Yeah,
specific technique.
I think it's made by human guys.
Yeah, it is.
It has human guy consultants. But yeah, this stuff shows up in there. So that little tangent with your current partner, be aggressive, be defensive twice, and then rotate. Small lesson. Use it.
Going to wrestler.
Are you being aggressive or not? Always have it.
Winding up.
Alright. Rotate one spot. To your right.
Okay, we'll just keep the same, my side, sword extended.
And go like 3 times, then switch. Yeah, don't retreat like that.
I was doing a gather step. It didn't work that way. Alright.
Sorry, we're laughing with you.
I'm laughing too.
You're not laughing, you're not having fun. Nice.
Honor, glory, honor.
Hey, you're not laughing at that. You're doing it wrong. All right, rotate one spot, and we're going to add one more complication.
Oh, sorry. Reinforce that.
It's the same thing.
So, in traditional martial arts, you always walk behind people, and there's a lot of full respect. Yeah, sure. Here, you walk behind people because I got a sword, and there's somebody across me. I'm going to jump. All right, next person, we're going to do this thing, do this thing, and somebody walks right in front. Oh, sorry, man. So we're going to add complication to this one. We've been doing thrusting all day. Great class, wonderful class. I'm going to add one small thing. So, I'll be extended, you start to thrust in, I get here. It's going to be real hard to get that point down and into your face. We are adding a cut. Now, this is the obvious, easy one. If you're extended, you know, you're going to come in and you're going to go for that thrust. And if I don't do anything, I'm going to get stabbed in the face. I got a new patient piercing. Truly, Gen Z. But if you thrust in and I respond, I can step in and cut on the inside. I still want to be safe. I don't want to get hit by the sword. But if you are responding a little bit closer, I want you to realize that cuts are still a thing you can do. In the German text, they call it the drei Wunder, the three wunders. Thrusting, cutting, and slicing. And then they get all on a tangent about how you can do any of them in any of these situations and blah, blah, blah. Here's an example of doing this Wunder thrusting through this thing. But you can also do it with the other two Wunders and never elaborate.
The teacher will explain it.
Yeah. Your teacher will explain it to you. Or, it's really obvious, right? Yeah, we did the stabbing. Just do the same thing a little bit closer and cut them, or a little bit closer and slice at them. You'll be fine. And much arguing has been made in the modern geosphere because of this. Including a lot of people who just don't train the other wounders in those situations. Because, like, I don't know, things work. So I'm starting to add that in. Don't forget you can cut.
Cut nicely.
But be polite. Yeah. Be polite. No! No concussions.
Or broken clavicle.
Yeah. Questions, comments, and advice?
Oh, we're just doing the same drill, which adding another thing in.
Same drill, adding a new thing.
Adding a cut.
And adding an opportunity to cut.
Okay. My side extended.
Hello. I need you guys to move about 4 feet that way. I need you guys to come a little bit closer. There we go. We have all this space. Let's actually use it. You're cutting. You're going to play around. You're cutting through.
You said it, so you thrust.
Pass in. Take a step forward. Can you step in your own like that? Step in. Yeah. And don't be afraid to, if you have to, take a step out and push my blade off. There you go. Okay.
Long sword straight down in my head. Extend your belt first, though. Sometimes go back.
Okay, this time I'll go extended,
And then
and we'll just try to flex and then you cut it.
So my cut thrust comes in, your arm is coming back now. You go to my face, look back. Okay. You need to do it first. You can really follow it back. Snap forward. Just when you shoot it. That's it.
Okay, we'll switch
Starting
sides.
out at that last moment. Left right ahead. Solid.
That's not
Pressure
bad.
fast. And strong is good.
All right. One more and then rotate. Rotate.
Rotate.
Come this way. In the middle window.
Follow. So, whenever we rotate, there's always one person who stays in position. This is for mixing it up so that way you get a chance to work with different people. Because otherwise, it's one person, another person, back to the first person, back to the second person. And it's just going to be somebody who did that with a face. So, all right. Same thing, new partner.
Okay. Very good. Boom. That's a nice, fast, simple one. All the way to a break out.
Next one.
Stay out. Let me come to you. Good. Now, we're going to slide a little bit. Just finish up on my truck. Yeah. And now launch your truck. Yeah. So you're feeling, you're finding, you're doing that. And then when you know your state, you let it down.
What that looks like is you do this one, the head comes up to the full, and then that same edge comes down.
That was not it. Look at it.
Just do it and stop it.
So
Okay,
rather than
alright.
setting it, step slightly out into the cut of the brush. And then just you can plant your own step and get that rotation all this way. Yeah, your body's just doing that way.
Yeah. You say, don't stab me. That's better. That was better. And good. All right, good.
All right, pump mass for a moment. Get some water if needed. We have one last drill to finish up the class. It's just gonna, what's that? Yeah, they're all so you can breathe and you can see.
Over.
All right, so there's one last drill that we're gonna be doing today.
Just this disgusting.
There's distance and there's thrusting. So for the last drill of the evening, you're going to have one person who's standing here, facing this way. And everybody else is going to line up. And by just being the first person on line, obviously everybody's going to be massive gloves. I'm going to stay behind this line. Jeff is going to approach. As soon as Jeff thinks that he can interact with my sword or thrust or whatever, he's going to. If Jeff gets too close, then I think I can, with a single step, land a thrust. I'm going to go for it.
I'm fully kitted up. How about I just be the dummy for this and let everyone cycle?
Oh, everyone's going to get a chance to do the dummy for this one.
Okay.
So that's, you can start. You can
All right,
start.
all right.
But this is going to be very much a distance and timing. And they're the only agent, aggressor, really heavy quotes on this, is the person who's approaching. Because they have to approach. Because you can't pass this line except for a single step ready thrust. So, you're trying to land the thrust. Let's start there.
Once each?
Yep. Once each.
I'm trying to do any pop, but I did it wrong.
Now make it higher. Just do it another 4 times.
Alright.
I walked into it. I should go to travel. I should go train plans. Oh, nice.
Alright.
You should give him a standing odd now.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We'll start with.
Go on.
Yeah. At least you have visibility though. But what's used to have. You know what? It would help if I had a bomb target.
Yeah. Alright. Yep.
Stab him! Stab him! Stab him!
Good.
No, that's still technically larger.
All right, I'll give it to you then.
Oh, gosh, darn it.
Are you sure? Can we rewind mine?
No, I'm sorry. No, you have to look at your mistakes and learn from them.
Well, I'm saying, when it's 7 o'clock,
You can do that tomorrow, as you watch it. Or you can just do 1,000 thrusts and something tomorrow. You know, 250 and 800.
I do have a pedal, so let's use that thing.
No, the thrust you want like you want to really make yourself go insane. Tennis ball, do with the single square, but you know, you need something a little bigger. Hanging the strings from your ball.
Oh, now I have to try that.
Yeah, it's a string and a ball, man. That's what you're looking
Oh, what's
for.
it need?
Nice. String and ball. Hanging from something, and you thrust that in.
The hardwood is you hang from a pin under the possible.
Oh, did you? All right. I will use your others.
His whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
All right, that's right? Cool. Circle up. Oh, pop masks. Drop gloves. Circle up.
Yin.
Drop gloves. Hockey fight. All right, so we did a bunch of thrusting. We added a couple of complications to it. And then we had this last drill. That was difficult, right? Like, landing that thrust when you both know it's going to happen. It gets difficult. And why is it actually really successful in sparring in tournaments? Really successful for me is anything over 20%. But why is it getting out there in the thrust? It's still a higher percentage technique.
Because you get to do other stuff too, like grassing,
Yeah.
cut, kick, fight.
Oh yeah, that's a part.
You don't come in with the setup and mindset of this is tempo, we'll kind of come in. I mean, the last drill was fine, better because you can kind of play with it a little with the match and stuff like that. But in a fight, there are no restrictions, constraints. You just go for points.
It also kind of puts you in an actual defensive position. I mean, it essentially is a guard with forward movement.
Yeah. No, it's the more we remove restrictions, the more we let you do whatever you want to do. The more freedom you have, and the more freedom your partner has, challenges as an instructor is to go, here's the techniques, they work. Here's the proof that they work. Now use them against somebody who isn't cooperative. Boss, not working no more! And bridging that gap between learning the technique, learning how it works, learning how to use it, and actually apply it. And to somebody who's not expecting that thing. Because if you're all expecting it, it gets harder. It also gets easier. Like, it gets harder to land it, but it also gets easier to defend. Like, you can spend a longer time not getting hit because you're aware of what the other person is doing. Because you're reacting to what the other person is doing, or forcing them to react to what you're doing. That's where the art really starts to explode and be beautiful, and this cerebral chess game of, I'm going to do this thing to draw them out, to do this next thing, to put them in a bad position so that I can hit them in the head and make it look dang pretty. That's the start of this, like, this type of drill. All right, you both are trying to land the thrust. One person is restricted as to how far forward they can go. Go for it. And then you just roll back some of those restrictions. But any questions? Did you all learn something? Did you have fun? Are you all going to have questions for me, like, at midnight as you're just going, shit, what about this thing?
Just text it.
Yeah, it's fine. Email me, text me, whatever.
He doesn't sleep. Never.
All right, let's salute it. Thank you very much for class. Floor is open for the next 20 minutes to increase learning.
Hey. I'm on the dance floor. If you're my partner.
Anything?
Huh?
5 points, 5 exchanges.
Yeah, we'll do 5 minutes.
Sure.
If you want?
Yeah, I'm fine with anything.
Yeah, it's 55.
You just landed better.
That was mostly luck, I'll be honest with you. I was hoping to get your forearm. I'm like, that was a little late.
Yeah, if only I had paid attention to the practice.
Oh, nice. Caught me off balance and I couldn't move my feet.
On the changes.
Oh, okay, nice.
There you go. In the arm.
Wasn't going for that, but I'll take it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Flat.
Flat, yes.
No, I was flat.
Huh?
I had the thrust.
I had the thrust?
Yeah, I would say mine was flat.
Oh, okay.
You're fine.
All right, good. didn't make it. We're past the 5.
What's up?
We're past 5.
Yeah, whatever. One more.
Let's do 3 more.
That's fine. You're in the corner then.
Oh!
That was up there. Let's do that again. You want to count that?
Nah.
That three?
Yep.
Cool. Good. I did that.
Yeah, that was good. All right.
Three to 5. Okay. Good enough. All right, that's cool. I guess 5 points. 5 percentage, yeah. Okay. Good. I was off balance, I'm like, oh, I can't get back on. Oh, sorry. Good. That land? I thought it was short again. No, you got the face. That's okay. That was good. I don't count it. Let's go. Yeah. I really want to get that back corner down. Hold on.
Come on. Oh. You okay?
How far do you want to go with your shoulder? Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I was like, okay, well, someone doesn't do anything, so I'll drop it. But then, if I go both sides, I'm like, oh, fuck. One more. All right. Ooh, okay. Ooh, get your little close there. Good. Take your time, guys. Got a little close there. All right, I'm half sorting. Yeah. Let me get that up. Come on, I just want to get this done. I want to get this done. This is not your job. As soon as you got the half sort, I felt it. I'm like, I'm going to call it there. I'm totally going to take it long. So, I noticed.
You're making one attack again. I'll go with one attack.
There we go.
You're trying to find me. You got it.
Here? Yeah.
Fine, then we can play the sword.
No. It's just making sort of
Yeah, fine.
like the opposite of here.
Drive in.
Should be better.
That's it. If you don't play the lead, I can fight you. Then we end up with nothing.
Good play.
Oh,
okay.
that was a good attempt.
I thought I saw your fingertips being very red. Was there? Should hope not.
Nice. That was good.
Yeah, it is rapidly becoming apparent to me that when I'm fencing here,
Well, safety is not the only reason I have longer range.
Yeah. Which totally, like, it's mentioned in the sources, in the manuscript. If you have a longer sword, you're gonna land your.
Yes, and whining, you gotta
Absolutely.
get up my sword. You don't do that, we just struggle and get nothing.
More or less,
Okay.
more or less, yes.
I know there's obviously exceptions and there's like general trends and stuff like that, but like generally speaking.
Which poison, sir?
Drinking contest.
Huh? Drinking. All
Alright, no, that is for everybody.
All right. I'll do it, but it's only hard liquor. And that ends it quicker.
Yeah,
It's more expensive though.
oh, only if you're drinking in public.
Okay, yes.
I don't know, what do you want to use? I don't know.
Dagger or spear?
You know, I haven't actually done, playing around with dagger for a while.
All right, dagger it is.
Dagger.
I'm gonna drop my jacket. Only because my laptop makes it hard to
Yeah.
get south. But I'm definitely wearing this.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, funny enough, we're also doing that.
Wow, funnily enough.
You're 2v2s.
See? It'll be like a bar fight. We're talking about etiquette again? European styles? You didn't never give one a weapon.
Technically.
Throw it on the floor.
Oh, I mean,
That's what you
you're
do.
still, you know, we're not engaging in a fight right now, so I can use stuff fast.
That's what, that's what you think.
Okay, well, I
Do you somehow are under the belief that we're not engaging in a fight? Mayhap I am not under that same opinion. That is the reason why. They would, you know, you take my sword, you just go, yeah, it's not rude, I just don't want to give it to you and have you stab me.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, there you go. Okay.
I will try not to skin my knuckles on your face mask.
Okay, yeah, please don't do that.
Okay, there you go with that. I'm going there.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay, no, I'll come back. You're close to it. Set up.
Okay, yeah, sure, I'll take that one. What's in there? Like, I got it, oh, shit.
Yeah. I like
Yeah, mine
that scar.
was too much down.
Yeah.
Here's his end.
Good.
Nice. Now you have me at the same time.
One more.
One more. Yeah. Good. Off the bat, I couldn't just, I can never leave it. Oh, I tried that so many times. Every time I try for scissors, yeah, it's an internal goal of mine. Come back here. They pull away like a bra. I can't get it fast enough. That was civilized. Yeah. You too, dude. You too.
2v1?
Yeah, let's move on. Come on, bring it on.
Alright.
Bring it on. This will either be complete killing Rob over and over again, or Rob doing something heroic.
Sure, but what does it kill?
Two and two. Now it's a bar fight. Now we're okay. Ow. Yep, they both fought at the same time. And nobody had a sunk hip. All right, so tactics. 2-on-1 or no tool. Don't divide your force.
So instead of flanking, go straight on?
Yes, because as soon as you divide, I've got one opponent and one opponent.
Okay.
And I know as soon as I attack him, you're going to attack. I know that. So this is nothing. I wait for you.
Okay.
Shoulder to shoulder, come in. What happens is you can't defend two attacks at once. Many years as a landscape expert in beers winning fights, 2-on-1s, and everybody did that. We'd be like, ha, smash, ha, smash. That would be me.
2v2, that's
Yeah,
interesting.
but still, if you can keep close, here, almost back to back, yeah, this works. Can't get behind
It's
you.
an opportunity to
Yeah,
make something
you
happen.
kill one, then it's a 2-on-1 scenario, it's over. You know, if you killed me, you got me, and I was trying to get you, I'm like, I'm gonna get past this, forget it, oh, I'm dying for it, that's it. But yeah, tactics, there you go.
Yeah.
If you split up,
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You're like, I feel like it's ingrained. I don't know if it's Hollywood or if it's from. So it was ingrained to flank.
yeah.
So there is an idea to the flanking. With weapons, that flanking idea works a little bit less. Like, without weapons, two condition.
Oh, yeah.
Like us two against you.
Right.
Our goal,
If you don't have a weapon.
even if you do have a weapon, our goal is now containment.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'm gonna take something,
there's a door there.
I'm gonna just get away.
I want you to go there. There's also a door there. You can run to any of them. In an unarmed situation, your goal is to face one at a time. So, if it's the two of us, one of the things that you want to do is get to a point where you only have to face one of us.
Okay. And now he kicks your wallet.
Yeah. They gotta have shoes on. That's fun. But luckily, you guys.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's the other law. In Victorian times, what they would do is, you'd be walking down the street, okay? One guy would come around for rocks, he would hold you for a second, his buddy would turn on you, pick your wallets, then they let you go. And they're gone, and all you're left with is choking.
The uncle law.
That's what it's called.
Any beaches?
No, I don't know what here, that's just what the Victorians call it. They don't call it just, it's garage, humbling, and they literally will do this.
Yeah.
So the buddy can go, wallet, thanks, pocket watch, and then they let you go.
What it looks like on the other side, because you have guns in here.
Yeah. And then I pulled my little
It's
like
just
that.
go straight for them because you don't want to.
I'm putting my hands up here because.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to get right.
Like your hands are gonna go.
Yeah. Yeah, thumb in there is good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm only showing you a couple people who have spots in their eyes. But they deserved it, I promise. Because one of them tried to kill me. All right. There. Let's do one more 2-on-1.
Alright.
I'll take it. This is good.
Okay, Michael, you ready?
Yeah. I see your attack, I'm trying to fend him off, but shit, you know, he can see what I'm doing, and I have to pay attention to either one of you.
Yeah.
And I can't defend two attacks at once, I'm only one person,
Yep.
and I'm a real person, so,
Yeah. Hey, Hollywood.
yeah.
Hey, Tom Cruise.